You don't want you holding it? Us
Yeah.
holding it? Man.
Grandma, have you been through my garden without me?
I have. No, Roy picks it. Roy plants it, picks it, brings it in. I help him sometimes, but he does it mostly, and then I cook it. So, this is just some of the things we've gotten out of our garden. This is just regular snap beans. This right here, and I'm gonna fix these. I'm gonna stir fry these. These are what we call Roma 2 beans. They're about this long. They're flat. They remind me a lot of Italian green beans. Good morning. I'm Rose from the Rose and Open Pantry. We have yellow zucchini squash, which I love. Then we have the green ones. We have a few banana peppers that are hot. We have our tomatoes have just started coming off, so we have some of those. And now, these, you've heard me talk about low carb potatoes. These are our low carb potatoes. We dug them the other day and got almost a 5-gallon bucket. So I'm going to be canning some of those, and I'll show y'all how I do that. But in my Instapot today, we're going to be cooking our Roma 2s, our like flat beans, and I'm going to put some of my low carb potatoes. Now, what we have is called the Nicola, Nicola, Nicola or Nicola. And they're supposed to have 2/3 less calories than what a normal potato does.
2/3 less carbs, yeah.
I said calories, 2/3 less carbs, yes. And Roy wrote me down a little note here so I could read it to y'all. Harvard University article titled, How to Enjoy a Moderate Glycemic Load Diet. There are 4 low carb potatoes that you can order and you can plant. Charisma is the name of one of them. Marfona is the name of one. Nadine, and then the Nicola, which we have planted. We planted them last year and we planted them again this year. Some of the ones that we planted this year were left from last year, right, honey?
Yes, we saved the
We
seeds.
saved the little potatoes. They made little eyes on them. If you know what an eye on a potato is, it's that little thing that
Bud.
the
Yep.
little bud that comes out of your potato. So we saved some of those from last summer, and some of these are some of those.
And I plant 2 crops a year, so I'm about to put in the second crop now that we just gathered the first crop.
Right. So these are my Roma 2s, and I'm going to put them all in my Instant Pot here. Now, we are going to do an experiment. Y'all know I'm always trying to cut back on my carbs. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of pepper so I can get this out of my way. I'm going to put radishes and turnip roots. Now, when I say turnip roots, most of y'all call them turnips. But to us, turnips is the green and the root. So we just call them turnip roots. Roy went out to the garden, and I told him to get me some about the same size as my potatoes. And these are my potatoes that I'm going to put in. Now, my radishes, all I did was cut the ends off. I didn't get that one. Was cut the ends off of them. And I'm going to put them in. I did radishes in a roast the other day, and we loved them. I'm going to cut this one in two because it's kind of big. And this one, I'll cut it in two. And I'm going to cut my radishes and my turnip roots differently so I'll know when they get done, I'll know which one is which. Now, I've already peeled these turnip roots right here, and I'm going to cut them
Lengthwise?
like this. Yeah. I cut my others crossways. I'm cutting these lengthwise so I'll know. Hold on. That's a hard
You
grip.
must not want to cut that hand.
I don't. No, don't want to cut that hand. So sometimes your turnip roots are a little hard, especially when they're this small. Now as they get bigger, they soften up a little bit. I'm going to peel my turnip roots. You don't have to peel them, but some of these look kind of dark, so I'm just so they'll look better, I'm going to peel them, and I peel my others.
Now the goal, of course, is we're testing to see if by boiling these with the greens and the potatoes, that they will lose the radish and turnip flavor,
Right.
which is they're supposed to do, and just taste like the potatoes, because the potatoes are in the, of course, liquid that this is all going to cook in.
Now the radishes that I cooked in with my roast the other day tasted like the potato, so I'm sure they will in this too. All right.
And one trick you can do to help that along is when your dish gets almost done, mash a couple of the potatoes up so it just becomes a thicker juice for the turnips and radishes to be cooked in.
Now in
and
the
flavored
bottom
in.
of this, I had put some ham that I had. That one is not good. I'm gonna have to take it out. In the bottom, I had about 3 or 4 pieces of ham that I had in the freezer. Now, I put my salt, my pepper, and I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon of bacon grease. Usually in all my greens, like my turnips, collards, mustard, kale, I use bacon grease. It just gives it a really, really good flavor. All right. If you want to come around here, honey, I'm going to put these. Now I've got water here, and I'm just going to cover these in water like that. Okay, now I'm going to put it on seal because I'm going to pressure these. I'm going to go to menu, I'm going to put it on low pressure, and I'm going to do it for 30 minutes. And they should be done by then. And I'm going to hit time. And these are going to cook in my pressure cooker for 30 minutes. Okay. Our green beans, potatoes, radishes, and turnip roots are ready, done. I want y'all to look at that. I've already taken me and Roy some out here. Wow. And it's got a lot of juice in it. I'm not going to put the juice over them right now.
But if you want the juice's flavor,
yes,
you pretty well have to let them sit in.
You have to let it sit for like an hour so some of this flavor out of the juice can absorb up into your green beans.
Green beans just don't absorb flavor as quick as some things.
No, it doesn't.
But we're not going to let it sit.
No.
In this case, for the video, we're just going to go ahead. You want me to move it?
It's hot, baby. It's hot. Okay. All right. Now, I've got some, me and Granddaddy, some out here that we're going to taste of. All right.
Ooh.
I'm going for the radish, y'all. It has the texture of potato. Not quite as good as a potato, but almost. Honey,
I got a turnip root.
You eat the turnip. Oh, I got one too right here. All right.
All of it is soft, well done. The beans are perfectly done.
Delicious. I pressured them 30 minutes.
I believe the turnip root tastes a little more like a potato.
It does. It tastes more like a potato than the radish does.
They're good. And by using the radishes and the potatoes, radishes and turnips, if you need to lower the glycemic load even more than we have done by using potatoes sparingly,
Low carb potato.
then you can, and they're also low carb, you can up the number of radishes and turnip.
This
It's
is really
good.
good, y'all. If y'all never go to the store, buy you some fresh Italian green beans or even snap beans. Snap beans, green beans would be delicious like this. Put you some radishes and little turnip roots in it. Cook it. It's delicious.
Now, the
Very,
way
very good.
I personally kick it up, and I think Rose does this too. I like fresh onion. When I take it to the table, I'm going to chop up some fresh onion with green beans and potatoes and turnips, and because that fresh onion just dresses it up.
You can use the onion, you can use pickle, like chow chow, you can use tomato relish, whatever condiment you like to go with your greens, that's what you want to use. So, food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. Woo, that's hot. Put deliciousness back in your healthy food. See y'all next time.